Cruz, first of all, what was clicking for you early in that game? You started out 4 or 5 for 5, I can't remember which, and just kind of had a lot of shots falling early for you. What was working early on?
Yeah, I think it was just pushing the ball. I mean, my teammates got me open, so it was definitely off screens and other things like that. It wasn't just an individual effort. It was definitely a team effort in terms of me getting my shots, so yeah.
And Tassos, for you in that second half, you kind of took over for a stretch there as the team pushed back. Was it just, kind of working it inside? Was there a matchup that you guys liked, or was that just kind of a different way to try and attack a team that was shooting the ball really well?
Yeah, we definitely talked about punching and putting the ball in the post and taking the advantage down there because they were doubling the post. I mean, as Cruz said, it was like a team effort. Everybody moved around the basket very well, and I mean, it was me tonight. The other night is going to be somebody else, but yeah, we did a good job offensively in the second half.
And Cruz, only 3 turnovers for you guys. A pretty sound game offensively from that perspective. You have to feel pretty confident about not turning the ball over very often against a good team that can kind of be pesky defensively.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we have a different animal in the next game, but this one, we weren't really scouting them to turn us over. I think it was just more of our defensive effort this game that we were more focusing on. The turnovers, we knew we weren't going to be turned over that much, and ball security is always like a thing that we pride ourselves on. So yeah.
And obviously, A. Smith's a very solid player, but outside of that, they had a couple of guys coming off the bench that shot the ball really well. What was the plan to try and slow down A. Smith and some of their shooters?
Yeah, obviously, he did his thing tonight. We had to help out a little bit more, and he got to pass the ball out to those guys who I guess executed on those shots that they got given. And so, yeah, we just needed to get out on those shooters and make them bounce the ball and really contest those.
And Tassos, just, as you guys made that push in the second half, every time you made the push, they made a shot. Every time you made a push, you got within a basket, they hit a big shot. What was the team morale like as they kind of made that run?
I'm not really sure about that. I think we need to take pride in defense and start thinking about, getting stops and then going offense and execute and everything. I think we did a good job. There were some mistakes, obviously. As you said, there was a couple guys on the other team that they stepped up and they hit some good shots, but I think that's the most important thing that we need to focus on, like taking pride on defense, on one-on-one defense or team effort, But yeah.
Cruz, what was the difference in this game? There were so many, a couple different things you can look at. They made more threes, obviously, but you kind of expect that. But in your opinion, what got them over the hump tonight?
Yeah, I think it was just defensive execution. We have a few things that we need to do to beat teams or give ourselves a good chance of doing, and that's a big one for us in terms of winning a game is defensive execution. And that's me especially that game. Just letting people go to the hoop and do layups. They got a few easy threes, a few easy layups, and it was just that basically. If we take those away, it's a ball game. So.
Tassos, you got to be, overall you have to be happy with the way the way you guys played. Obviously it was a loss. You always want to win, but can you build on a performance like this against a team like this?
Yeah, I think obviously we gotta get better. Every day we gotta get better, as a team, but we have to take the good things and the bad things, think about them as a team, and keep getting better. Like as I said, we might have like a good night offensively, hit shots. Tonight maybe we didn't hit as many shots, but we got to keep working on both ends and keep having faith in our teammates, believe in us, and work as a team, and everything's gonna work. I'm positive about our team. I'm confident about my teammates making shots, and I think everybody trusts their teammates. So I think we're gonna be good.
Yeah. Thanks for your time, you two.
Thank you.
All right, Coach, opening comment when you get set.
Well, we played better in the second half. Felt like we had a chance to either take a lead, get it tied, and we just couldn't make a big shot. Missed a few free throws that were uncharacteristic. A. Smith is obviously a very good player, and he played really well, especially the first half. Second half, we guarded him better, but we lost the game because we couldn't guard Phipps and McBride, and you can't have their backup guards go for 29 points on your home floor, and that was the reason why we lost the game. Didn't guard them the right way. Too many scouting report errors, and that's disappointing to see. Felt like we guarded everybody else well, other than those three, and those are the 1-2 positions, and we've got to get better defensively there. So it's tough. You go 4 for 18 from the three, didn't shoot it well, and then if you would have told me before the game Mason wasn't going to score, I wouldn't have liked our chances. So
How tough is it defensively when you go against a player like him? You know, we all know he can shoot the three, but he's way more than just a 3-point shooter. I mean, it's got to be tough devising a defense to.
it is, you know, and part of it is he shoots it from deep, you know, and so you've got to extend your defense out, and then you're get into rotation some. We did a better job in the second half. I don't know how many points he had for the first, so many minutes of the second half, but it is hard. I mean, they set screens for him, and he's really good with the ball, very quick, obviously, good first step, and again, where they set it and where he shoots it is probably the toughest part about it. You know, you can't get back to even the NBA. You've got to be NBA line. You've got to be, 5-6 feet above that, because that's where he starts at. So there's different, and they've seen every coverage, and that's what's tough about it. They don't run they run some good stuff, but they basically run ball screens in different ways to set it, and then they play out of it. And they've seen every coverage, and then they react to it. And when you have a really good player, you don't need to run a lot. You can run a ball. Last year we beat them here, and AJ had 38, and I watched the film. Second half, we just set a ball screen for him. That was our offense. We ran a ball screen for AJ. Pretty simple game when you have a player that's really good.
It's not that you guys shot that bad tonight either. I mean, you look at the numbers, just besides the 3-point.
Yeah, the 22%. I mean, we shot 45 for the game and 65 from the line, but you'd like to be a little higher. But yeah, the 3. I felt like every time we got it inside and posted up, we got a good look. We were kicking it out and reversing the ball, and our guys got good looks. We just didn't make many of them.
And in that second half, when you guys were going on a run, you were getting it into the paint with Tassos, or you're having Xavier with that mid-range jumper kind of working back into the game. Was that kind of the game plan to start the second half there, or was it just taking what they gave you?
Well, they weren't guarding a couple of our guys. And so I knew going into it there's a possibility we'd have to, and they don't have a lot of post players, Lasich and Weaver are basically wings, or 4 men that play. And so I knew that we'd have to play small. We played with 1 post and 4 guards, and they had trouble, matching up with that. And so if Tassos, and that's how we drew a lot of fouls too, that's how we got in a bonus. So it was disappointing we missed a lot of free throws, but we missed a couple front ends, I think. And then, that was what we wanted to do in the second half, is pound it inside, and we got good looks. We didn't make threes, but Tassos did a good job of scoring in there.
And without Cruz's start to that first half, where I think he started 5 for 5, that first half and the entire game could have been much uglier. So how does that kind of start for Cruz kind of help your offense?
Yeah, it helped. We were kind of in the same boat the other night. We were down 10 with a couple minutes left in the first half, and told the guys, we can finish the half. Unfortunately, we didn't. It could go up or down. We were hoping it'd go down, but it didn't. But come out in the second half, our guys played well. Made too many mistakes in the first half defensively. And then we adjusted who we were playing. They couldn't help off certain guys. They tried different things on the post, but we did a good job of adjusting to that. So.
And just 3 turnovers, shooting the ball overall, especially inside the arc, fairly well. You have to be pretty pleased with the way the offense kind of ran, just was on the defensive line maybe more of the struggle.
Yeah, I was worried about the possession game. They only had 2 offensive rebounds. Now, they shot 53 for the game, which is too high, clearly. We turned it over 3 times. They turned it over 10 times. I was worried about the possession game, but we won that easily. I think shooting was just the biggest thing, and we just didn't make shots. And look, sometimes this is a make or miss or make league. You've got to knock down shots.
Yeah, you lost the game, and you haven't lost here in a while. It's a conference opener, but it's something you can build on, I think. Wasn't a bad performance at all. And,
No. No.
Don't you agree? It's something that, you can
Yeah,
go
we
from
take a
here.
lot of pride in and I'd have to look, first night of a homestand. I'm trying to figure when we've lost in the last few years, not many. Last couple of years, I'm not sure if we've lost a first night of a homestand. Last year, we won every first game in the league other than up at North Dakota, Take a lot of pride in preparing and taking time to prepare. And so there are things we can build off of tonight, I felt like. And there's obviously things that we need to get better at.